Good morning, Broad Street. Invest in relationships. This morning I'm with Kim Moshlick and we're going to talk about this week's fundamental. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
So, Kim, my question for you is, can you name two things that we all can do to strengthen our relationships with our coworkers?
Yes, I think, building relationships is such an important part of any kind of working relationship. And I think if we look at the fundamentals, there are actually two other fundamentals that lend themselves beautifully to improving our relationships. And the first one is the speak straight piece. If we can share ourselves authentically and address issues as they come up, I think it allows us to move our relationships and our business along a little bit easier. And the second one is my own personal favorite, which is assuming positive intent. If we can work in a place where we assume that people are doing the best that they can, that they're not trying to make our jobs more difficult, or they're not trying to, make our relationship difficult. For me, I think that alone solves a lot of the problems that we face, and I think it also gives us the opportunity to feel that we're building a stronger working relationship.
Makes a lot of sense. So, would you agree that investing in relationships means putting the time and energy necessary to build and maintain a healthy relationship, to show that you care about the relationship? And some small ways that you could do that are spending time together, perhaps going for lunch, talking about things that you each share interest in. Those seem to be small ways, and most importantly, showing the other person respect. If you don't demonstrate respect, it's pretty hard to have a healthy or a good relationship.
Yes, I would agree with that. And I would also add to that that respect is different for everyone. What you consider to be respectful, I may consider to be just normal stuff, and vice versa, right? So what I need to feel fulfilled in that respect category may be different than yours. So part of building relationships allows us to figure out what each other needs so that we can treat each other with respect.
And asking those open-ended questions to find out that information.
Yes, I would say so.
So one more quick question.
Sure.
And you've already alluded to it. What are some of the benefits of having a strong relationship with your coworkers, clients, family members?
Yeah, I think when you have when you have good relationships, they allow you to better understand the person you're talking to, and it helps to eliminate a lot of misunderstanding and confusion. Those candid conversations where we just talk about what we need and want in an assertive but not aggressive way really helps to do that. I think that also leads to a lot of things. Collaboration. It helps to build our ability to be collaborative and creative and innovative even. It improves our productivity because we are not distracted by things that are getting in the way. And then all of that, of course, leads to a really important transfer of skills where we can work together to get what we need from each other and to share what we can share to make others stronger in their work as well. And I think all of that together kind of puts us in a place where morale is really at its optimal. People feel good, they're coming to work, they're not distracted by things, and they can do their very best work at work. They can bring their very best work selves to work.
Makes a lot of sense. So investing in relationships, whether it's in your personal life or in your business life, is always going to be a win-win if you take the time and energy to really work at that relationship. So strong relationships involve trust in one another. So if a problem comes up, it would be easier for that problem to be resolved together. It involves listening to the other person, showing that you care about the other person or the other person's thoughts and ideas. and as you said, showing appreciation for the other person. And you also made a good point that I hadn't thought about previously about respect, that different people, respect means different things to them. It's not a universal, you show me respect the way I want respect, and that's not how everyone wants respect. And so
Yeah. Yeah,
that was kind of, like showing respect, I just kind of take that for granted. The way I want to be shown respect was, that was a good point, that that's not necessarily how everyone else wants to be shown respect.
yeah, I think we all worked off the golden rule for many years, right? Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. The reality of it is what works for me may not work for you. So there's a new rule called the platinum rule, right? The platinum rule, which is treat people the way they want to be treated. And you can do that with strong relationships because you understand what that person needs to feel respected and be successful.
Makes sense. So I'm going to leave you today with two quotes that speak to this week's fundamental. The first is by Abraham Lincoln. Bad promises are better broken than kept. And the second one is by Audrey Hepburn. The best thing to hold on to in life is each other.
I love that.
So I want to thank you again, Kim, for sharing your experience and your knowledge on relationships. Broad Street, let's all invest in relationships and have a great week.